Frank Frangie here. Do you find yourself straining to catch every word, missing out on the sweet sounds of life? Then you need to go to see Jerry Howard at Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates. His team will assess your hearing needs with a free screening and recommend a personalized solution. Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates offers professional quality hearing health care with the most competitive pricing. Call 404-5108. That's 404-5108 or visit pontevedrahearing.com today.
Hi, I'm Megan, your member services specialist with the Northeast Florida Safety Council. We've been keeping Florida businesses safe for over 80 years. We offer a variety of online and in-person safety classes. Our learning management system keeps track of all of your certifications and notifies you before they expire. Enjoy all the benefits and take the hassle out of safety compliance by becoming a member today. Visit nefsc.org. That's nefsc.org.
Sad Summerfest, presented by Journeys and Converse, is coming to Daly's Place Thursday, July 6th. You don't know. Don't miss Taking Back Sunday, The Maine, Paris, Hot Mulligan, Mom Jeans, Stand Atlantic, and more. I'm gonna get you if it takes me all night long. Sad Summerfest, presented by Journeys and Converse. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com now.
Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, presented by FIS, is home at 1-to-1 Financial Ballpark today at 3:05. Join us for Baptist Health Sunday Family Fun Day. Family catch on the field before the game and kids run bases post-game. Monday is our Independence Day celebration and biggest fireworks show of the year, courtesy of the Nimnick family of dealerships. JackShrimp.com for tickets. Jumbo Shrimp Baseball, affordable, family, fun.
Play on the edge. Stand on the edge. The Amateur's Edge. Get the Amateur's Edge. Powered by B3 Better. To learn the hidden path of top pros, amateurs, and coaches. Saturday mornings at 11 on 1010XL.
Hacker here for the Sausage Dudes. Look, you know I'm a sausage guy. And the Sausage Dudes, Paul and Patrick, make some of the best sausage I've ever tasted. Their high-quality pork and spices separate the Sausage Dudes from the pack. Try their 4 flavors, including Italian, Polish, Hungarian, and beer bratwurst today by picking them up at any Publix in the Jacksonville area. The 4th of July is right around the corner. So head to Publix now to get your hands on the Sausage Dude sausage, the sausage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Come to Bowden Eye for all your eye care needs. Hicken here. Did you know that dry eye disease affects up to 60 million Americans? Dry eye disease is known to progress. Dry eye disease is one of the most common but least diagnosed eye conditions doctors see in their patients. Many of us who have dry eye may not even feel it. At Bowden Eye and Associates, visit today for your personal consultation. Keeping the First Coast focused. Bowden Eye and Associates. New location now open off County Road 210 in St. Johns County.
I'm Dr. Mitchell Yass, the most unknown world-renowned expert on pain elimination. That's right, elimination. If you've tried medications, injections, physical therapy, chiropractic, even surgery, and still experience pain, then say yes to Yass. I have successfully used the Yass method for over 30 years to help thousands reclaim their lives. To learn more, call me at 904-906-YASS. Let's end your pain and say yes to Yass.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
74.3% of those that own a home security system indicate that their security system and products make them feel safe, because security cameras give you peace of mind. Denny Thompson here. Let Tyson Sound and Security assess your home security needs and keep the bad guys out so you can have full peace of mind too. While you're at it, ask them how they can help lower your home insurance payments. Visit TysonSoundandSecurity.com. Tyson Sound and Security, security and automation experts.
Matt Hayes here. Are you plagued by plumbing problems? Fenwick Home Services plumbing professionals are always ready to help. Whether your home has a clogged toilet or drains, dripping faucets, no hot water, or other issues, Their experts offer zero-fee, 24-hour emergency plumbing solutions. Fenwick's technicians arrive promptly on the same day, or you don't pay. Book online in seconds by visiting FenwickEasyBook.com. That's FenwickEasyBook.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back on the Pain-Free Living Hour with Dr. Mitchell Yass. If you want to get involved, give us a call, 904-641-1010. Special guest in studio, Rob and Neela. And Neela wanted to say something, Mitchell. Before we get started, Neela wanted to make an important point, so let's let Neela explain what she wants to say.
Yep. So if you're listening, listen, I was totally skeptical that this was going to work. We have been at this 16 years. We have been to doctors and shots and x-rays and this and that and a bunch of other things, really to unrelenting pain. And so when Bob came home and said, I'm going to try this, I met Dr. Yass, I'm going to try this. I did give him a little side eye, but I will say, and I think that we have to address that because it's easy. We've all been taught, go to the doctor, do what the doctor says, take the pills, believe what they're going to tell you. There is no other option. This is what it is, and it's not. And for us, it was a game changer. It was a life changer. And for people that, if you're out there and you're listening, it just is. Listen, I'm not getting anything out of this except my husband back.
Which is huge.
Which is huge. I like him, yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Huge. Listen, we can go to sporting events now. We missed shrimp games. We missed Jag game. We missed a lot of things because of this. And for you to be able to do that, it's a real thing. It is not snake oil. You are going to do what you say. You said to him 4 or 5 visits, and I promise I'll have you walking, and you were true to your word. It's not about anything for you but fixing somebody. It's not money. It's not that. I will tell you, we felt very different in the traditional medical system. So if you're skeptical, honestly, to go to you, the only thing people have to lose is pain. True story.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I acknowledge everybody coming to me is skeptical, and you should be skeptical, and I want you to be skeptical. I'm not telling anyone to come to me because I'm Mitchell Yass, some kind of magic guy. What I'm telling you is that I went to physical therapy school like every other person. Upon beginning to treat people, I recognized that the symptoms people were having did not match what the symptoms should be based on an MRI found structural variation like a herniated disc stenosis, arthritis, or meniscal tear. I simply saw that their symptoms weren't where they should be. So that by definition, that structural variation couldn't be the cause.
Right.
So I began a path 30 years ago to interpret symptoms. Let me try to understand what is the tissue creating that symptom. And what I was able to show over 30 years in thousands of cases is that in more than 98% of cases, the cause of pain is muscular. Now, the big thing you want to understand about these two languages we're talking about here, which is the language of the existing system, which is diagnostic testing, finding structural variations, versus the Yass method, which says, let's look at the symptoms to tell us what tissue it is. I have shown that in 98% of cases it's muscle, and therefore all you have to do, as Rob and Matt will acknowledge, is 3 to 4 exercises, and you could be pain-free in weeks. The thing you just have to understand about the idea of the MRI, and this is our only point, is that muscular causes do not show up. Matt's left glute med strain causing excessive weight bearing on his Achilles on the right was not going to show up. Rob's left glute med not allowing to weight bear properly on that side, overworking the right side, causing his piriformis in his butt to have to take that excess load, was not going to show up. And that's the point. MRIs are snapshots. They take a picture in time, and there's no question it will show arthritis. It will show a herniated disc. The question is, has that herniated existed for decades?
Right.
And more importantly, is that in fact the tissue creating your symptom? Well, you have no guarantee with that, but I can tell you that symptoms are real time. and being elicited by that tissue. So if you understand the symptoms and correlate it to a tissue, then you can address the tissue appropriately. And as I've said, in 98% of cases, it's muscle, which is great for everybody. Because all you have to do with 3 to 4 exercises and 4 to 5 weeks, you're done. You're pain-free and fully functional. And more importantly, and Rob, and you will attest to it, you sustain that exercise. Matt will attest to it. You sustain that exercise routine. You never have to deal with that again.
You get your life back.
You get your life back.
You get your life back. So we always talk about it, and that's what this show was about. We don't treat pain. We treat lifestyle issues. We treat the fact that you can't do what you want when you want, and surely pain is a contributing factor, but the pain and the dysfunction must be combined to recognize that it is a muscular cause, and through the understanding of which muscles and how to resolve them, you can have your life back.
So, Bob, how humbling was that the first time you went to church and you realized, I can't kneel? There's no way I can do it.
Oh, I couldn't stand. It's a Roman Catholic church. If any of you are aware of that, there's a lot of sitting, kneeling, and standing constantly for an hour. I couldn't stand up. I mean, I was in pain. I couldn't kneel, as Neela had mentioned, but even standing up, I couldn't stand up. I had to sit down when everybody else in the church is standing up. That's not me. That's like you're not participating in the mass.
Right.
Well, you couldn't even get from the parking lot
I couldn't
to the
get from the
pew.
parking lot to the pew. I had to stop 4 times, and it's a probably 50-yard distance. So it was bad. I can't stress that enough. But guess what? It's gone.
All right, 904-641-1010 if you want to ask Bob or Neil a question, or Dr. Yass a question. If you got a pain and you're fed up, you can't walk, or it's trouble walking, or your elbow hurts from playing golf, just give him a call. He'll explain the simplicity of the Yass method. Real quick, Mitchell, you wanted to break down
Today's
symptom,
topic. Yeah.
result. Yeah.
Yeah. So today's topic is pain on one side, cause on the other. How many people did you imagine that your pain was being caused by?
In fact, I laughed at you when you said that.
No.
Right. And this is common. I would say 30 to 40% of all the people I've treated over 30 years, the cause of their pain was coming from the other side. So here's the facts that I have that I want you to think about and consider, and then determine whether you think this is beneficial for you and whether you should use the method or not. So number one, a Yass method concept. 99% of all causes of pain are not where the pain is being experienced. Matt's pain was at his Achilles tendon, caused left gluteus medius. Robert, pain was right gluteus medius, right piriformis, left glute med. I can go on and on. The person who has plantar fasciitis pain, left glute med. Pain in the front of the shoulder, shoulder blade instability. So stop believing that the cause of your pain is exactly where the cause is being experienced. 30 years will tell you, 99% of cases, that is not the case. And by the way, what does the typical method do? If you have pain at your knee, you get an MRI of your knee. If you have pain at your shoulder, yeah.
MRI of your shoulder, right.
And so from the Yass method perspective, I just don't know how efficient that idea might be. So if you have pain on one side of your body, number one, red flag for gluteus medius pain. So here's a biggie for you, and this is, I like to show things, so if you're watching the live stream, if not, just Google gluteus medius, and here is the muscle right here, and this muscle right here is responsible for keeping your pelvis level, and if it's weak, that hip's going to drop, and it's going to alter. If the hips are not equal height, that means you are weight-bearing more on one side than the other. That is going to lead to strain. That is causing unnatural forces be applied on the lower side. For an example of what that looks like, if we look right here, you will see that in this particular case, if you took a plumb line from this fellow's nose, you would see it's directly over his left foot. This guy is not weight-bearing equal. If we had a force plate, he's probably weight-bearing 80% on that left leg, 20% on the right. 80% was not the percentage your muscles were designed to take, so they will strain. They will lead to pain anywhere from the back to the foot. Okay? Next. Pelvis not level. So here's the signs that I see that the left glute med is the cause of the pain. So as I described, if the glute med is not balanced on both sides, One is going to be stronger. It's going to be leading to a pelvis higher on one side. In this particular case, the pelvis on the left side is higher.
Mitchell, that's not like something you're saying. That's it's physiologically. You cannot be weak on one side and the other side not try to take over.
It's just the way the body works.
Right.
I
just wanted to explain that.
Yeah, you live in a gravitational environment. Everybody has to understand. Everything you're doing is a fight against gravity. Barring laying flat on the floor, I don't care if you're picking up a cup of coffee, brushing your teeth. You're fighting gravity.
Mm-hmm.
And what fights gravity is muscle, not joints. Not joints. Muscles fight it. So if there's not enough force output in these muscles, they're going to strain. They're going to elicit pain. That's the way the body works. So the next thing that would happen if you came to me and I suspected that you had a gluteus medius strain, I'm going to muscle test you. And everybody who's come to me has experienced.
I just had PTSD from that.
the horrid gluteus medius muscle test, where you can kick the crap out on one side and then you go. And let's face it, it's kind of like a girly man kind of situation here, where you kind of just got nothing to push up on. And here's the amazing thing: a light bulb goes off in that person's mind and says, "Oh my God, now I know why I have pain. Now I know why I can't weight bear normally."
Rob, what was it like when you first started massaging your gluteus medius?
I was out of breath. I was like, okay, keep going.
But it was a knot. Talk about that, Mitch. It was like a knot.
A knot. Ugh.
So Matt's pain was at his Achilles tendon. Rob's is at his right piriformis. I'm telling them it's the gluteus medius on the other side. And here's the concept. That gluteus medius strained, and when it strains, the muscle kind of bunches up, and it knots up. And all the muscle is really constricted, jammed together. And as a result of that, the pain receptors that run along those fibers are highly concentrated. So I need to break that muscle up so that it can function more properly and instantly be able to create more force. Then we're going to strengthen it. So when I go in to do that massage, I'm massaging a very highly concentrated area of pain receptors. So of course it's going to be painful. And the amazing thing is the person limps in. I do the massage. They have not touched the floor yet. I massage and stretch them. They stand up and I say, yeah, go walk, see what it's like. And they're like, holy mackerel, what the hell did you just do to me?
Yeah.
Would you acknowledge, Rob, the feeling of weight bearing is completely different instantly?
Yes,
Matt?
immediately.
Well, I'm going to turn around to you and I said, what did you just do?
Matt thought I had hypnotized him or something. He couldn't believe that the results could be
unreal.
that great.
Well, it's unreal that it could, not only the results that great, but it's unreal that it's that simple. And you and I talked about this all the time. If you just listen to your body, the answers are right there. They're literally right there. And you're explaining them right now.
And that's the essence of symptoms. They are part of the body's feedback system. They are there to tell you when a tissue's in distress. You don't get palpitations when you have an ankle sprain, right?
Right.
You don't have pain in the upper back if you have a knee strain. Every one of these symptoms are specific to the tissue that's eliciting them, and that's the essence of the Yass method, is to interpret the symptoms to identify the cause. When they're muscular, things like altered posture, movement patterns become prevalent. Those aren't just arbitrary. They are corroborating symptoms of your pain that the cause is muscular.
That's a new message, though.
It is a new message.
Right, and it really requires us to go, oh, snap. It is different, but it's right.
Right. So here's the concept. So there'll be somebody, I think Matt just talked to me. Someone's having carpal tunnel syndrome, pain in the forearms, pain in the neck, and pain in the upper back. And that person is going to say, well, let me think about this. I have to go to a forearm doctor, a neck doctor, and a back doctor. And my point would be, if those symptoms are happening at the same time, what are the odds that it's 3 arbitrary causes versus one cause eliciting all? And that, in fact, all those symptoms are trying to help you understand what that singular tissue is. Doesn't that make more sense? And so that's what this system does. It's looked at the body and just helped me to understand, based on everything it's presenting, what is the cause. And as I've said, in 98% of cases, the cause of pain is muscular.
And the response to that, by the way, is a simple exercise. Just FYI, if you're around there driving around going, wait a second, I have those pains.
Yeah.
Simple exercise with the Yass method.
Absolutely. So another thing that we'll do with people is this single leg stand and squat. So I'll have you stand on one side and then kind of do a mini squat. Then we do it on the other side. If that gluteus medius is painful, is weak and strained, it will make it very difficult for you to single leg stand on and squat on that affected side. As we've discussed, the other thing that people find very quickly is that gluteus medius, if it is strained, will elicit some pretty severe pain during massage. And by the way, let's not scare you from the massage. It is not kind of a Marquis de Sade type of situation.
Oh, it feels great, too.
I'm doing it to your tolerance, and they would acknowledge that although it is somewhat noxious, it is not so horrid that you cannot take it. And I always say, if you need me to stop, we could do it in sessions.
It also feels great when you're done.
Well, that's absolute. And by the way, that's another kind of combination people say. They say it's the kind of pain that feels good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, another thing really interesting that related to Rob. So I said, Rob, let me see you walk. Because walking is the culmination of the pulls of muscles. So I want to see if there's an adverse type of walking that's a hint as to what tissues. Rob did one of the most unique compensations that you see. It's very rare. Rob did something called vaulting. And what happened was his left glute med was so weak that his right hip would fall if he was standing on it. Well, if his right hip falls, there's no place for his right foot to swing through.
Right, his foot
and
drag.
if it can't fit through, it'll drag or catch, and he'll trip. So what he does is he comes up on his toes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And literally, as soon as I saw that, that is a recognition he doesn't have support of his pelvis. And that allowed me to know that was the glute med issue.
All right, so, Neil, before we go to break here, I wanted to ask you this question, and Rob, same with you as well, is at what point over these 5 weeks did something happen where you thought, oh, we can do that now? And it really came into focus how Rob had gone past any obstacle that he had before.
I can tell you a very crystal moment. We go to the beach. We love the beach. We go to Ponte Vedra, Guana. He couldn't walk. Like, we would have to walk from the parking lot to the beach 6, 7 stops. He walked there, and he walked back without stopping. And that's one of those super aha moments because it's uneven terrain.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like walking down the living room. And I think for me, that was the biggest thing is when he could walk to the beach.
Yep. Yeah. And again, the exercises take time. Doesn't happen overnight. But I could tell I was able to increase the weight on my left side, which was the weak side, to match the right side. And I'm there now, and then I'm past where the weight that I was using before. But I will tell you, it was about 2 weeks ago. I said, you know what? This is happening. I'm much better than I was. And again, it just continues to improve.
And you're back to exercising now, right?
Oh, yeah.
He joined a gym.
I joined Planet Fitness, and I go 3 days a week. And once I get this completely taken care of, I'm going to add other exercises so that I can be a lean, mean fighting machine that I used to be.
Ride your bike now?
I ride my bike 4 days a week.
Bike's been on the
Couldn't
rack
do that.
for a
I
year.
couldn't even get on the bike. I couldn't lift my right leg, high enough to swing over to sit on the bike.
Yeah.
The other bonus, he sleeps. You don't appreciate that nobody in the house is sleeping if the other guy isn't.
Yeah.
So that's huge. You let us sleep at night.
And if you can't sleep, that affects
everything.
Yeah.
Everything. It just wears you down. It's huge.
All right, that's awesome. Rob, Neela, thanks so much for joining us. This is fantastic. We need to go to a break. We're going to come back and wrap up the show. It's the Pain-Free Living Hour with Dr. Mitchell Yass. Come on back.
Jeff Lageman, Kevin Faber, and Kirk Waltz bring you into the outdoors.
We've got 3 big bucks.
On the Nimnicht Outdoor Show, presented by Duck Duck Rooter, 7 to 10 every Saturday morning on 1010XL.
At Andy's Automotive and Truck Services, they know that your company's fleet is more than just a bunch of cars and trucks. It's your livelihood, your reputation, your pride. So when you need routine fleet maintenance or emergency repairs, Andy's offers after-hours and mobile service to minimize your downtime and keep your fleet running like new. While you care for your employees and customers, rest assured Andy's Automotive will take care of your fleet. Visit the team at andysats.com.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. There's a reason Stanley Pools is a family tradition of fine swimming pools. It's locally owned and run by the Stanley family since 1988. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build and renovate our pool, and they do a fantastic job of maintaining it. I've recommended Stanley Pools for years for pool construction, repairs, maintenance, and renovation. Call Stanley Pools at 269-7277 today to transform your backyard. That's Stanley Pools, 269-7277.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Does your home or building need painting? For over 20 years, Performance Painting has had the privilege of preserving many of Jacksonville's most prominent buildings. That said, we feel like we're just getting started. I'm Jason Parker, and our team thrives on preparing, protecting, and preserving the homes, businesses, and public buildings that make up our local landscape. Contact us today to put our years of experience to work for you. Performance Painting, prepare, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting. This year in Duval, expectations are high.
Judgment Day is coming.
We want to compete for the big prize.
That's what this family's all about.
And the off-season is where it starts. Follow the off-season on 1010XL, driven by Tire Outlet.
Hey guys, I'm Daniel Heilman from the brand new Fourscore Golf Tavern. We do elevated food, drinks, and golf simulator fun. If you're looking for a delicious meal or maybe a spot for a client, we have lunch specials every day. Need to entertain a few people from out of town? Easy. Just reserve one of our 4 simulator bays. Lunch service starts at 11 a.m. daily. Located in San Marcos Square, we'll see you at lunch at Fourscore Golf Tavern.
Hey, Hicken here. Look, you've been hearing me talk about Zero Res for a while now, but there's 3 things they tell you that I agree with about their company. Best process, best people, and have a promise to do the best cleaning possible every time. And they offer a great deal every month. Well, guess what? July is National Carpet Cleaning Month. For home carpet cleaning, they're offering $49 per room. And for businesses, 20% off in July. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. When it comes to commercial fence services, Superior Fence and Rail has you covered. If your business needs automatic gates or security fence and railings, trust Superior with your next commercial project. Superior's team delivers great communication, high-quality products, and exceptional customer service. Just read any of their 2,300-plus reviews.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and I said yes to Yass, Dr. Mitchell Yass, and the Yass method. Now, I know you've probably tried medications, treatments, injections, even surgery. Maybe the reason you're still in pain is because they're treating the wrong thing and not addressing the root causes. Well, I know from personal experience, this does happen. But I found the best-kept secret in pain elimination, Dr. Yass and the Yass method. Call him today, 904-906-YASS, and say yes to Yass.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. We're your local family jeweler for 46 years in Jacksonville with a huge selection of diamonds, gemstones, and pre-owned Rolex watches. And Monahan Jewelers is your store for expert jewelry repair turned around in 1 or 2 days. Most jewelry stores take 2 weeks or more, and many stores send your jewelry somewhere else for repair. At Monahan Jewelers, our jewelry repair is done in-house by expert craftsmen, and Monahans can turn around most repairs in a day or 2. So bring your jewelry repair to Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Mia here, and celebrate this July 4th with a low down payment and a low monthly payment at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Buy a pre-owned 2019 Toyota Corolla for just $1,000 down and $288 per month. Or you choose a pre-owned 2020 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for just $1,000 down and $388 per month. With over 400 used cars in stock, plus more than 100 vehicles under $18K, even our founding fathers would celebrate the 4th at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. 10939 Atlantic Boulevard and online at arlingtontoyota.com.
Frank Frangie here for Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates. They understand that no 2 ears are the same. That's why they offer custom-fit hearing solutions tailored specifically to your needs. Already have hearing aids and still not hearing well? Ponte Vedra Hearing Associates services all makes and models and offers a free 10-point cleaning check of your current aids. Call 404-5108. That's 404-5108 or visit PonteVedraHearing.com today.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, the official personal injury law firm of the Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Okay, we're back on the Pain Free Living Hour with Dr. Mitchell Yass. So 2 things we want to wrap up on this last segment, and these are very critical aspects of the Yass method. It's cost analysis, and more importantly, cost benefit to the time that you're putting in to ending your pain. So, Neil, you were talking about it at the break, and you wanted to explain the cost analysis and benefit.
So 2 pieces. On the front end, I think it is, we've spent, and Bob could probably tell you, oodles and oodles and oodles of money and time going to a doctor, getting an MRI, going back, getting a treatment, all of those things. It's time and money. So if you're trying to go to work every day, it's hours that you're losing from your work. You're using up sick time, using up your vacation time, whatever it is. So you've got money you're pouring in, and you've got time. In 5 visits, 5 hours, you have given Bob back the ability to have his life back, go to work. The time loss is minimal. So when we think about just the money piece, that's huge. That would be going early as a financial saving, but the getting your life back has a cost that just can't be measured in dollars, I don't think.
So what I told Mitchell, and I want to get you guys to talk about this too, especially you, Bob, is he asked me, if I could ask you, like, what's the most important thing you got from this? I said, Mitch, I felt like I lost a year of my life. Mm-hmm. Like a year of my life limping around on this dopey Achilles that just couldn't get better no matter what I tried. Shots, therapy, MRIs, everything. Nothing would not get better. Time is just so critical. A loss of time. A year, I felt like. So, Bob, from your perspective, what has it been like? The loss of time like that?
The loss of time, not doing anything. I could only sit. I couldn't walk anywhere. I couldn't walk the dogs, as Neil had talked about. And I enjoy doing that. Yeah. It's our time together, and it's time and fresh air and a little bit of exercise. Couldn't do it. So really just not doing anything. But, you mentioned about the cost side of things. Just the 3rd round of dealing with this most recently, since May of this year, I've spent over $3,000. Wow. That's just in deductibles, because it was all covered by health care, and we have a great health care plan. It wants to make you sick. So if I go back to 2005, it's got to be in the $10,000 to $20,000 range. I mean, that's ridiculous. I'd love to have that kind of money even over that period of time. But, again, no result. Nothing. All that money for no result. And I didn't go to the 3rd and probably most expensive step is surgery and the time involved in recovering from that.
Yes.
And loss of time at work. So it's a no-brainer. I mean, it's just, that's been my experience.
Let me just bring up a critical point about how the Yass method runs logistically. So you're going to come for a session. You're going to be evaluated. We're going to confirm the cause is muscular. We're going to do a little treatment on some of your muscles. I'm going to do some exercises with you and make sure you're doing them correctly. You are going to be leaving with videos of how to perform those exercises, because the reality is I can't make you strong. Only you can make you strong. If you have a muscular cause of pain, only you can make you not be in pain by strengthening your muscles. So you're going to leave with those exercises. That's where the empowerment part comes in. You're going to do them 3 times a week, for God's sakes, not 5 or 7 days a week, not for hours. It's 45 minutes to an hour. Then you might come back for a follow-up session, 1 or 2, just to make sure that you're accomplishing your goals. And this whole process is within weeks. So when we talk about efficiency of cost, that's what it should be about. Spend money where you need money spent, and don't waste money. And that's what you get through the Yass method.
Smart money equals valuable time.
Correct.
And that's, I mean, you always talk about money. Well, I how much money am I going to pay? What? It's time. Yeah. You're literally paying for time is what you're doing.
Well, and if you can do 3 hours a week and you can have your life, what's that cost? Like, you talk about cost benefit, I get my life back?
He gets his life back,
Yeah.
and you get your life back.
Right.
Which is kind of what the show has been all about as we wrap this thing up. It's not just the person in pain. It's their loved ones. It's their dog. I can't. I couldn't, walk my dog like I used to. Bob, same thing. Yeah. So it's like these injuries impact way beyond the person that's feeling the pain.
It makes it difficult. Just think about the woman who talked about she couldn't hold the freaking kids, man.
Yeah.
She had to put them up on chairs just to be able to hug them. That's tough. That's tough, and you could have that reversed very quickly through the Yass method.
You fix that.
Thank you. 904-906 YASS, or go online with Mitchell at livewithoutpainsplural.com. It's the Pain-Free Living Hour. We will be back next week. Rob, Neela, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for coming on.
We'll be back next week, Jacksonville.